Hello everybody, it's Pavo and welcome back to ZooCrafting. You've just caught me doing a spot of gardening and I know that you may be asking why on earth have I expanded my garden to include so many cabbages. And my friends, I can't quite reveal that to you just this instant, but I have some funny and incredible ideas planned for all these cabbages, so don't you worry just yet, all will be revealed in the future. But anyway, what we're going to be doing today is we are in fact going to be working on the Jaguar exhibit, because that is the exhibit that won the vote, it won the poll. So I have all my materials and resources ready, not in that backpack, in my red one here, ready to build the Jaguar exhibit. But before we go ahead and do that, I'm going to move the cassowary from their home in the goat pen over to, oh hang on, you see that chest up there? A few of you have been asking exactly what's inside it, and I'm going to do a quick cutaway to tell you precisely what is inside that chest and why I cannot remove it. So yeah, that is the story of what's inside that chest, but I'm going to head over to the cassowary pen so I can rescue the poor goats, and I'm going to take the cassowary over to... What on earth is happening here? I have no idea. But I'm going to take the cassowary over to the nursery. It's not actually a nursery because a few of you have agreed with my idea of building a separate nursery and turning just that building into the rescue centre. So I'm going to take them over to the rescue centre so that the poor goats aren't being terrorised by the cassowary anymore. So let's see if I've got a couple of empty safari nets. Yes, I do. I've got one here and I've got another one here. And we'll just head inside. I've got to be really careful not to throw my backpack down because I tend to have a habit of accidentally pressing the wrong key, and these goats eat everything, so I've got to be really careful. I think they even just ate that cassowary egg, unless I picked it up. No, I picked it up. But we don't want any more cassowaries. We don't want any more cassowary roaming the world before we have the exhibit ready for them. So yeah, that's why I'm taking them over to the rescue centre, just to give them a bit of privacy and, exactly as I said earlier, to stop the goats from being terrorised by them. Because I'm pretty sure if you put a goat in a cassowary exhibit in real life, there would be no goat in the end. So that's exactly why I'm taking them over here. And I have left this DaVincing frame. This is actually the sign, you know, those BiblioCraft signs I did, that was actually the backing for it, and I still need to move it. It's just over in this location for storage at the moment. But yeah, we'll head in here, and hopefully they'll fit in this room here. I mean, it may be a bit small for two of them, and I think they might even hit their heads, I don't know. But I'm going to pop them out here. I don't know. Oh no, they definitely can't. They definitely can't. So I just guess they'll have to stay out there in the grass, unless I just like make it one higher. I'm sure they'd be able to fit through. Oh well. I'm not too concerned. And we don't actually have any zookeepers over here that could look after the cassowary, so I might have to do that myself. Not that I actually ever bothered with the cassowary when they're in the goat pen, and we still actually haven't ever used the goats. Like, I put them in the pen in, like, it must have been the second or the third episode, and I've never used them. I've never gone and milked them. But the cassowary seem to be doing good behind this iron fence. I don't think they can get out, and I hope they can't. And I don't actually think they can attack me through this fence, which is good. But yeah, so I'm going to head over to where we're going to be building the Jaguar exhibit. And I am in fact going to, I think, climb on the roof of the tropical house so I can get a good vantage point so I can explain a few ideas that I have in mind, and then I can go ahead and build them. Oh yeah, you might also see that I have edited the wall of this exhibit slightly. I missed a bit. But I was trying to make it so that there weren't any carpenter's fences at all. And I have replaced the elephants with NPCs as well, so they don't do the weird, annoying jumpy thing like the old elephants did, where they try to jump out the exhibit to get to me. So they shouldn't do that. We do actually have a cow in the elephant exhibit. I don't know why he's in there, but I have in fact missed part of the fence that I need to change up. But it shouldn't be too much of an issue. That was just I just don't like that fence. It just doesn't look good compared to the rest of the zoo. So I'm gonna have to come back and fix that. But it does look pretty, and I don't know if I mentioned it, but this bridge is sort of more finished now than it was earlier. It still doesn't look entirely as I want it. It looks very simple and basic, so I think I might cover it with some leaves, some vines like going down into the water as well. Maybe some like themed DaVincing sculptures as well to make it look like Amazon like temple ruins. I don't know. But I'm gonna head around this way, and I've still got that amazing sign that I still need to turn into DaVincing. He's actually sent me an updated version of the sign that has a few more animals, so I need to go ahead and update that in a bit. But I'm just gonna head around this way, and hopefully I can get on the roof. I mean, of course, I'm going to have to block it off so that members of the public can't climb on the roof, because that's not a good thing. But I should be able to maybe climb up some of this Spanish moss. I don't know, can I do that? Yes, I can, and I can get onto these trees and just do a bit of parkour onto the roof. And yeah. Oh, I find it quite funny that these jungle leaves show through the collapsible canvas blocks, but that's okay. So yes, the ideas that I have in mind for this, it's definitely way too small at the moment, so I'm going to have to expand it. I really want it to be a similar size to the Chinese tiger exhibit that we built over in the Oriental zone. So I think what I'm going to do is expand it like 10 blocks or so that way, so it's a bit more on the hill. I'm going to have to get rid of some of this land. But it's going to be quite big. It's almost going to touch the river, but I want to make it so that you can have a path just by it. So yeah, that there's accessibility over into this zone, which is going to be the Australian zone. There is also a village. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if my render distance is good enough, or even if the trees are in the way. I think you can sort of see yeah, you can. You can see the roof of one of the village houses as well. So I think we might have to incorporate that into the zoo in the future. We'll even relocate some of the villagers into oh, that'd be interesting, like building a Amazon like village over here. That would be really cool, and we can bring some of the villagers over. I'm sure they wouldn't mind that. I'm sure they wouldn't. But yeah, so the ideas I have for this exhibit, I want to like dig the exhibit down 2 or 3 blocks just so that we have a natural barrier to prevent the jaguars from jumping out. I've got the waterfall there that I want to like lead down into a river and to have like a big pool so that the jaguars can swim in it. Possibly building like a glass window inside what will be the bat caves so that people can look and see the jaguars swimming like in the water, because I know that that's a thing in real life zoos. I want to add like a lot of climbing trees, logs and enrichment items in this. I definitely want to do that. Like having some Carpenter slopes that lead up to higher platforms and things, and just like I did in the Chinese exhibit where I had like those I don't know what you'd really call it. It was like scaffolding, sort of like a playground for the tigers. I want to have that for the jaguars as well. And what else? I think that's it. I don't want to add too many trees though, because yeah, the jaguars will be able to climb the trees and jump out the exhibit. I'm also not sure whether I want to make it just like a fence or whether I want to make it like a full-on wall with glass windows inside. I know that Seri has recently replaced a few of her exhibits in her zoo with glass windows to add that extra layer of realism and like protection, like safety, because you don't want people falling into your exhibits. Then you've got a lawsuit on your hands, and yeah, we don't want that to happen. But I'm sure it will turn out pretty well. So let's see if I can jump off here without breaking my legs or anything. Can I jump into this waterfall? I should be able to. Yeah, like that. So we'll just come down here, and I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is I will just pause the recording for a second just so that I can lay out the proper outline for this exhibit and dig away a bit of dirt, because that's going to get very repetitive. Oh, something else that I do want to do as well is add like a cave here, like a little den for the jaguars to go in. And I do also want to theme this exhibit, so I was thinking maybe adding like some ruins, some temple ruins or something. I think that would look really good in this zone. Look, really good in the whole of the Amazon area, to be honest. I think I really want to make it themed, like very detailed, very, very detailed. And I think that the best idea is, the best idea is to theme it. So yeah, I'm going to pause the recording for a second, and it should be unrecognizable when you come back, but it will be home for the jaguars. So I'll see you in just a second. This size is more suitable for the jaguars. Yeah, I went ahead and just expanded it up the hill. Of course, I'm going to have to do a lot of terraforming though, so just give me a second, and yeah, I'll be back in a bit. So this is what the exhibit looks like with all the terraforming done. You'll see that I have actually raised up the grass over there, and also the grass there as well, to give it a bit more of a barrier. And I have decided that I will be doing a raised wall, a raised viewing area over there, and then I'm just going to have like a 1 or 2 block high fence. Hopefully no one's going to jump into the exhibit though. And I did, oops, that was so close, that was so close. I wish I'd have fallen into the water instead. But I did also dig down the grass over here to make like a little pond area, and that is what we're going to do right now. We're going to try and get the water from this waterfall to flow into that pond. So I'm just going to dig a little channel for the water to flow down. I guess we can just make it something like this. We don't have to be too fussy, and we can take it over here. There's a bit of sand there already. Oh, there's a lot of sand here. And if we take it over here, I do want to build the little cave there, as I said earlier, so I'm going to have to build like a bridge or a log for the jaguars to walk across. Let's see, is that, I think that's going to be more than fine, because this is going to be the water level. So let's just make this a bit wider. Yeah, we'll make it like this. And I guess a bit deeper as well. I think maybe just one more block. So we'll just do something like this. That shouldn't look too weird. Yeah, that should be okay. Yeah, like that. And yeah. So I'm gonna get rid of some of these pieces of stone, and the water should flow down. I will have to fix it, and I'll do that with a world edit command a bit later. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to happen. Because it's very tricky to control water. Let's see. Let's make it a bit like that. And now can I remove this block? Yes, I can. So yeah, I'll fix that up a bit later, but it will flow down into the pond, and that will hopefully look pretty nice. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some of these Carpenter's blocks, the stairs, the slopes. Oh my gosh, you should see all the dirt that I collected. Which backpack is it in? Is it in my materials? I think it is, yes. I've filled up half a backpack with dirt, and there's even more to add to it, which is insane. I didn't quite realise how much dirt that you get from doing things like this. I've also missed a block up here that I'm going to just fill in very, very quickly. They will probably be replacing some of this with like sand and silt and some other dirt like podzol and stuff. But not right now. So yeah, I'm getting all the Carpenter's blocks. I need some space, so let's just pop some things in here. I guess the sticks can go in as well. And we don't need the eggs or the chicken. I must have accidentally killed a chicken. Oh my gosh, that's so sad. But let me grab the Carpenter's blocks and also the limestone, because I'm going to do what I've done on most of the other exhibits, and I'm going to build like a little rocky wall here. So I'm going to have to get rid of some more dirt, and I will place down like some slopes, some stairs, some of these blocks, and we'll just knock them back like that, and it gives it like a nice rocky feel. So we'll just repeat stuff like this, like this. I'll just carry on doing that, and I guess we'll put a slope there. We can have a full block there, we can have a half one there. And this means I could put like the Carpenter's slope like log balance things, and it would look pretty cool. I want you to go that way, like that. We'll have a sideways one there, a full block one there, and I guess we'll put a stair here like that. I actually might need to make some more stairs because it doesn't look like I have enough, but we're not going too far. We've only got like another 10 blocks or so to replace. So we'll put that there. A slope, a sideways slope, and a full block. And we'll do the same here as well. So we'll put stair, that like that, a slope, we'll put a slope here, and then we can have a full block, and we can have a slab as well. Yeah, like that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill them in with limestone, like so. Limestone and carbonous blocks are definitely my favourite blocks in Minecraft. We've got any? Yeah, we've got some more spaces that we need to fill in. And I really like this. I really like the effect that this whole technique makes. So we'll just do that. Yeah, like that. And do I have enough slopes? I think I do. I'm going to show you what I want to do around the exhibit. I want to build something like this, where it's like a log, like balance thingy. I don't really know how to explain it, but like this. Oops, why can't I do this? Yeah, like that. And I'm going to put some logs in, and I do actually have some logs, yeah. Now, I just realised that because these are commoner slopes, the logs probably won't look as pretty in them. Yeah, they're going to do something weird. But don't worry about that, I'm sure we could fix it. But something like that. I don't know. It looks very steep. I wish I could do it with the collapsible carbonous blocks, but I wouldn't be able to put an underside to it, so it might look a bit weird. But that'd be like the sort of log passage that the jaguars can like climb on. And it doesn't look too bad. I just wish that the textures would work as well as I want them to. So once again, I think I'm going to just pause the recording so I can just do this technique to the rest of the exhibit so it doesn't get too repetitive, and I'll see you all in a second. Yeah. And with that, the wall is complete. Well, that part of it anyway. This part still has to have the raised glass windows. Oh yeah, and we still have to go around the top with a fancy looking fence to stop people from falling into the exhibit. But I did go ahead and I changed up these sloping logs. I replaced them with the collapsible carbonous blocks, and the more natural slope, well the shallower slope looks a bit more natural, I think. And I did the same with one up here as well. And I think that the last thing we're going to do today, after just building a little log bridge over this river, is I'm going to try and experiment with a bit of TNT demolition to destroy some of the cave there. So let's just build this, build this little bridge across the river. I don't actually need that one there. And I'll just put some oak logs down and make a crude little bridge. There we are. Yeah, like that. Like that. Doesn't look too bad. So yeah, I have some TNT here, and I have a stick, and I'm gonna make a lever. Now, I don't remember how powerful TNT is, and we do have the tropical house above here, and there is not much room between this wall and the floor of the tropical house. So I'm just hoping that this TNT doesn't just completely obliterate everything that's above it. But I'm going to give it a go, and I just hope that it doesn't look too bad. So I'm going to dig a bit down, and I'm going to pop it there. This is actually dirt, so that's going to destroy a lot more dirt than stone, but we'll give it a go. So actually, will that work? I don't think it will. I think it's got to be here. So yes, and we'll just run away. Hopefully. How big is this hole? How big is it? Yeah, it's not too bad. Oh, you appear to have found some sort of tunnel. Okay. Well, I guess I could sort of turn this into a den for the jaguars. It wouldn't be too difficult. Yeah, I'm sure that won't be a problem. I'm sure I can fix something like this up. That's actually quite good. That's quite good. It saves me a lot of work. Yeah, I've just got to tidy it up a bit, and I think the jaguars will like this little den, this little hidey hole. Oh yeah, I do have to be a bit careful though, because we're gonna have the bat caves, aren't we? But yeah, no, this is fine. This looks fine. Yeah, I'll tidy it up a bit, as I will with the rest of the exhibit, and I think I'm going to end the episode here. So as always, the code is on screen, and in the next episode, well, we're going to be finishing this exhibit. I will show you the jaguar texture that I have made. It's not great, but it's the best that I could do. I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Goodbye. Bye.